Okay, so we all love a good romance, right? But have you ever stopped and wondered what really makes a story unforgettable? Today, we're going to unlock the secret recipe for a powerful modern romance by diving deep into the incredible story of Tides of the Heart. So what is it? Is it just that sizzling chemistry, or maybe a beautiful setting? Well, we think it's a very specific mix of powerful ingredients. And by breaking down this one story, we're going to figure it out together. All right, first up, the call home. Every great romance needs a hero you can really root for. And that brings us to our very first ingredient, a heroine with a mission that you can really get behind. So let's meet her. This is Kuliana Kealoha. She's a sharp environmental lawyer, absolutely crushing it in the concrete jungle of Seattle. But then she gets a call that pulls her right back to the world she left behind, the beautiful, vibrant island of Maui. Why? Because her beloved grandmother, her tutu, is sick. And right away, you've got this classic, compelling setup, the fast-paced modern world clashing with deep-rooted tradition. And with this one promise, everything changes. Her journey really begins. This isn't just a trip home to visit family, it's now a sacred mission. Her grandmother asks her to protect their aina, their ancestral land. And just like that, the emotional stakes are through the roof. This is about legacy, it's about culture, it's about the very soul of her family. So, next up is a fated encounter. A hero on a mission is a great start, but come on, a romance needs that spark. That brings us to ingredient number 2, the fated encounter. You know that moment when it feels like the universe itself is stepping in to make something happen? Yeah, that. And boom, right on cue, destiny shows up. As Kuliana gets to the airport, she literally bumps into Keanu Alana, and with just 3 little words, he's not just greeting her, he's welcoming her back to her roots, back to the place where she truly belongs. What's so great about this moment is how it just nails that instant connection. She feels this unexpected jolt, and he's everything her Seattle life is not, a man who is so deeply connected to his Hawaiian culture. And here's the little twist. Her tutu was actually hoping they'd meet, calling it a very good sign. The universe is definitely pulling some strings here. All right, ingredient 3, land, love, and law. So we've got our hero and our love interest, but for sparks to really fly, you need conflict. And I don't mean just any old disagreement. We're talking about a high-stakes battle that gets all tangled up with their budding romance. This chart lays out the battle lines perfectly. On one side, you have the Kealoha family, fighting to preserve their culture, their legacy. And on the other, Paradise Properties International, this huge corporation that wants to build a massive resort. It's a total David versus Goliath situation, and a whole way of life is hanging in the balance. And things get intense, fast. This isn't just some fight in a boardroom. The developers start playing dirty. We're talking about sabotage, vandalism, and there's even a suspicious fire. The pressure is on, and the danger starts to feel very, very real. And right in the middle of all this pressure, Kuliana makes her choice. This quote is so powerful because she's not just choosing to fight for the land anymore, she's also choosing to fight for whatever this undeniable thing is that's growing between her and Keanu. The 2 battles have just become one. So how do you win a fight that seems impossible? Well, that leads us to our 4th ingredient, a game-changing discovery. Our heroes figure out they can't just play by modern rules. They have to dig up a secret from the past. And the key to this whole thing lies with the kupuna, the respected elders. They're like living libraries of traditional knowledge. It's a great reminder that sometimes real wisdom isn't found in law books, but in the stories that get passed down from one generation to the next. And this is where it gets so exciting. It's a real treasure hunt. It starts with a clue in some old royal letters, which leads to a forgotten family story, which then guides them to follow this faint sound of water, until finally Kuliana's shovel hits something. They've found it, a hidden sacred spring, a piece of living history that could change absolutely everything. Okay, this brings us to the big climax, and our final ingredient, a hard-fought victory that feels so earned. All the struggle, all the discoveries, it's all been leading to this one final dramatic showdown. But the winning move? It isn't some legal trick. It's a moment of pure emotional power. From her wheelchair, Tutu Leilani completely reframes the whole case. She tells the court, this land isn't just a thing to be owned. It's a relative, something to be cherished. It's an amazing clash of 2 totally different worldviews, happening right there in the courtroom. And it works. A permanent injunction is granted, which basically means the court has stopped the development for good. The land is saved.
It's such a simple result on paper, but it's this huge, monumental win for family, for culture, and of course, for love.
And, of course, you gotta have that happily ever after. A year later, we see just how much they won. The land is now a cultural preserve. Kuliana has opened her own law practice to defend indigenous rights, and she and Keanu are starting their own family. Their victory wasn't just for them. It was for the generations still to come. In the end, the whole story really boils down to this one powerful Hawaiian concept, malama aina. Care for the land, and it will care for you. Kuliana came home to protect her family's legacy, but in doing that, she found her purpose again, she reconnected with her community, and she found a love that was just as deep and as lasting as the land itself.
So there it is, the recipe. A hero with a mission, a spark of destiny, some high-stakes conflict, a game-changing discovery, and a hard-fought victory. But this story really leaves us with a bigger question, doesn't it? In our own crazy modern lives, how can listening to the lessons of the past, to our own ancient stories, help us build a better future? Something to think about.